Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. O yung mga DDS influencer mga kababayan, ginamit na naman yung issue sa Bondi Beach terrorist attack doon sa Australia. Ayan po. Para siraan po ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Siraan pati ang Pilipinas. Imbes na i-defend yung Pilipinas, mga kababayan, sa negative publicity na ginagawa ng mga international media na ang sabi, yung mga terrorists nag-training dito sa Pilipinas, ang ginagawa nitong mga DDS influencers, ginamit pa yung issue para siraan yung ating Pangulo, siraan yung ating bansa. Ganon sila katoksik. Every opportunity, mga kababayan na makikita nila, gagamitin nila para siraan yung ating Pangulo, siraan yung ating bansa. Ayan si Crisitio, sabi diyan, 4.5 billion confidential in intelligence fund nyo. Tapos, marami na ulit active terrorist cell sa Mindanao. Ginamit pa yung issue sa confidential funds. Kumusta naman nung panahon ng tatay po ninyo na hindi niya na detect yung pagdami ng mga terrorists sa Mindanao tulad ng Maoti Group na responsible po sa Marawi Siege. O di ba? Yung Marawi Siege na ginawa mga kababayan ng mga terrorist organization na Maoti, nadurog yung buong Marawi sa panahon ni Digong. Paano nangyari yon? Despite ng billion din na confidential funds nung panahon ni Digong, bakit hindi niya na-detect? Hindi na sana nangyari yung Marawi Siege. Ano ba po, mga kababayan? Saka yung Davao City, mga kababayan, milyon-milyon din yung confidential funds. Ang sabi, itong terrorist group na responsible doon sa Bondi Beach attack, nag-check-in pa sa isang hotel sa Davao. Sa Davao mismo, Davao City. Yan o. Bondi Beach shooters barely left Davao hotel room while in the Philippines, sabi sa sources. Yan ang latest report ngayon ng ABS-CBN. Said Navid Akran, the gunman in the mass shooting in Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, mostly stayed in the Davao City Hotel when they were in the Philippines in November, military sources said. Sources also told ABS-CBN News that the father and son were usually out of their hotel for about an hour, making it impossible for them to travel to areas for military-style training, as foreign news sites have speculated. Mga speculations lang na nag-training sa Pilipinas. Imposible niya na makapag-training, sabi po ng militar. Kasi barely left itong mag-ama sa kanilang hotel room sa Davao City. So ang tanong ngayon, kung nag-stay ito sa Davao City hotel room, kumusta naman yung confidential funds ng Davao City government na milyon-milyon? Yan sa report ng Rappler, Davao City's 2023 pa to Malamang ngayong 2025, mas malaki pa yung confidential funds. Yan Davao City's 2023 confidential expenses higher than those of 7 wealthiest cities combined. Yan Based on their financial statements, the confidential spending of the 7 wealthiest cities in the country in 2023 only amounts to 529.5 million in total, lower than Davao City's 530 million sa Davao lang. Ayan Ang Quezon City, 100 million. Makati, 240 million. 2023 data ito. Manila, 120 million. Pasig, wala. Taguig, wala. Paranaque, 49.5 million. Mandawi, 20 million. Pag inad mo yan, ang total niya, 529.5 million. Pero sa Davao City alone, 530 million. Mas malaki pa sa 7 pinakang mayayaman na lungsod sa Pilipinas. So yung data niyan, 2023, alamang mas malaki ngayon, 2025. So ang tanong, bakit hindi na-detect ng city government ang pag-check-in ng mga terrorist sa kanilang lungsod? Ayan ang tanong. So ibalik natin yung tanong. Kasi kini-question yung 4 billion plus. Despite anya the 4 billion plus, ang confidential funds ng ating Pangulo, naging aktibo pa rito yung mga terrorists. Ibalik natin, bakit hindi na-detect ng Davao City officials yung pag-stay sa hotel mismo sa Davao City ng gunmen sa Bondi Beach attack sa Australia? Di ba? Kasi ginagamit ninyo itong issue para siraan yung ating administrasyon, mga kababayan, which is unfair. Sabay-sabay sila. Kahapon din, nag-post si Trixie Cruz Angeles. Ano sabi niya? The Bondi Beach terror attack impacts on the Philippines on mention that the two identified attackers stayed in the country from November 1 to 28 prior to heading back to Australia. Like it or not, we will be under scrutiny. First, for compliance with international norms to protect against terrorism. For instance, we have made it easy for known or suspected terrorists to freely travel into, out of, and within the country. Have instituted safeguards so that in this part of the world, they will not try to spread their hatred everywhere. Second, tourism will certainly take a hit as safety concerns can be raised about our porous borders, making even our tourist potential targets or collateral damage in case of an attack. Mababa na nga, bumaba pa, at ngayon posibleng lalong bumaba ang tourism arrival sa Pinas. Finally, foreign direct investments. It's bad enough that this administration keeps gaslighting us about it. First, they said the president was traveling the world to promote the Philippines as an investment haven. No accomplishment thus far. When FDIs started to go down, they announced that there was at least one company that was to invest in a sort of communications company. No further news on that one. Finally, they announced again that another company was really, yung totoo na, going to invest billions in the country. Again, nothing was heard about the scenes. Meanwhile, the numbers keep going down. Yet another results of weak leadership. Yan ang pinapakalat nila na mga lies in propaganda. Ginamit na naman po yung issue sa Bondi Beach, attack sa Australia. Yung Australia nga po, kung natutuusin, mayaman na bansa at malakas yung kanilang armed forces at magaling yung kanilang national security council nila. Nalusutan, tayo pa, di ba? Yung Amerika ganun din, may terrorist attack. Yung France, European countries, yung Israel mismo na so far pinakang magaling pagdating sa national security. Nalusutan pa. Remember the October October 7 yata yon, attack na nagresulta sa gira. Israel na yon. Tayo pa kaya, mga kababayan? So, ginagawa ninyo itong issue para siraan yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at yung ating bansa. Ang tanong, ini-question ninyo yung confidential funds, 4 billion. Kumusta naman yung confidential funds ng Davao na in 2023, 530 million. Mas malaki pa sa 7 cities combined. Confidential funds sa pinakang mayaman ng mga lungsod sa ating bansa. Bakit hindi na-detect yung pag-check-in ng mag-amang terrorist sa hotel sa Davao? Natutulog lang ba yung mga city officials? Ayan ang tanong natin, binabalik natin sa inyong mga DDS yung inyong mga propaganda. Yan ang mahirap sa inyo eh. Napakadali na basagin yung inyong mga propaganda. Kasi yung mga propaganda ninyo, based on lies, walang credibility yung mga kwento ninyo. Sabi ng ating National Security Advisor, wala man na niyang ebidensya of alleged Bondi gunmen receive military training in the Philippines. In a statement, sabi po ni Secretary Anyo, that a mere visit to the country does not substantiate allegations of terrorist training, and the duration of their stay would not have permitted any meaningful or structured training. The alleged father and son gunmen opened fire on a Hanukkah celebration at Sydney Bondi Beach on Sunday, killing 15 in an attack that shocked Australia and heightened fears of anti-Semitism and violent extremism. Sabi ni Anyo, the government was investigating the two men's travel from November 1 to 28 and coordinating with Australian authorities to determine the purpose of the visit, dismissing media reports portraying the southern Philippines as a hotspot for violent extremism as outdated and misleading. Immigration records show the pair landed in Manila and traveled to Davao City in Mindanao, a region long plagued by Islamist militancy, before the attack that Australian police say appeared to have been inspired by Islamic State. The men stayed mostly in the rooms for almost a month at a budget hotel in Davao. Minda News reported the father and son checked in at noon on November 1 and rarely went out for more than an hour, a hotel staffer told the online news outlet, which is based in Mindanao. Hotel staff said the two kept to themselves, never spoke to other guests or have visitors. They were only seen walking nearby and never taking rides or getting picked up in front of the hotel. So sabi dito sa report ng Reuters, since the 2017 Marawi siege, a 5-month battle in which the Islamic State-inspired Mauti group seized the southern city and fought government forces, Philippine troops have significantly degraded ISIS-affiliated groups, sabi po ni Anyo. Ngayon nga yung sinasabi natin. 2017, panahon ni Digong. Despite the billions of confidential funds noong panahon ni Digong, ang tanong, bakit hindi agad na-preempt yung pagdami ng Mauti Group? Nangyari tuloy yung Marawi siege na nag-result sa pagka-destroy ng lungsod. Yan ang tanong. Marami yung namatay. At until today, nagre-recover pa sa matinding distraction yung mga mamamayan ng Marawi. O di ba po? Tapos itong pagbisita dito, pag-check-in sa hotel, bakit hindi na-detect sa Davao despite the millions of pesos na confidential funds ng city government? Ang tinitingnan lang ninyo yung 4 billion na confidential funds ng ating Pangulo. Kumusta naman yung Davao? O di ba? Binabalik lang natin yung tanong. Bakit hindi man lang na-detect despite the millions of pesos? Kasi yun ang tinatanong ninyo, billion sa ating Pangulo. Diyan mismo nag-check-in sa Davao Hotel. Inotel din ba yung millions of confidential funds ng city government? Sayang din. Sabi ko nga po, itong mga terrorist, nalusutan nga yung Israel, sila lagi ang target. Kasi ang Muslim world, mga kababayan, kapatid, yung mga Arab Muslims, kapatid, half-brother ng Israel. Yan ang kwento niyan eh. Anak ni Abraham sa labas, kay Hagar, si Ismael. Mula pa sa biblical, ancient biblical history, ang pinagmula ng conflict diyan po sa Middle East with Israel. Kaya nakita ninyo, itinaon sa kanilang Hanukkah celebration. Comes the rise. Ito yung warning na ng Israeli government noon pa. The rise of anti-Semitism in Europe, in America, in elsewhere, spreading, teaching hatred against the Jewish people. At pag tiningnan po ninyo, mga kababayan, ang Bible po, sa Revelation, matatapos ito sa tribulation period. Yan ang totoo niyan, mga kababayan. The Great Tribulation Period. Yan ang tutuldok, yung pagbabalik na mismo ng ating Panginoong Hesukristo. Kaya walang makapagpigil niyan, mga kababayan. It will culminate to the tribulation period po. But anyway, yung focus man lang ng ating discussion dito, yung paggagamit ng isyung ito, yung Bondi Beach attack, ginagamit na black propaganda nitong mga DDS para siraan yung ating Pangulong Bongbong. Questionin yung confidential funds ng ating Pangulo. Bakit hindi ninyo questionin yung confidential funds ni Baste? Di ba? Mismong nag-check-in sa isang hotel diyan sa Davao City, yung mga terrorist. Huwag kami mga DDS influencers. Ayan lang po yung ating short video. Atid sa inyo nitong napakagandang product from Australia. Galing po ito sa Australia. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Yung mga gusto po na mag-try nito, mag-message na lang po kayo sa amin ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Lagi nating tatandaan sa buhay, you become what you believe. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.